Welcome to UnderMine 2025, the inaugural Heatpunk Summit. This is our first summit mini conference at the space here in Denver, our Bitcoin hub. I'm just going to talk briefly about that, so I very much appreciate everyone being here. Who has never been to the space before? Show of hands. Most people. And where are our space members? Where are the members of the space? Raise your hands. Woo. Let's go. Fleet in the back. Well, welcome. A little bit about the space. This is the newest Bitcoin hub on the block. You guys may have heard of Bitcoin Park, the Commons, Pub Key, things like that. We were very much inspired by them. We had a crew of regularly 50 people going to our Denver Bit Devs out here, and we thought to ourselves, very much the brainchild of Zach and Eric Yakes, how do we get something like this out here for ourselves? We didn't have the money. We didn't have a company to subsidize it. We didn't know what to do. We just had 50 passionate individuals, Bitcoiners, that wanted to help educate our community, bring people together, and get Bitcoin businesses, accelerate adoption, and build. And so what we did, this is April of 2024, was we started to get together a crew of people that met weekly, and we said, okay, what if we just started saving money, all of us, paying membership dues for nothing? We were selling vaporware. And we convinced a good 30 or 40 people to do that, to start building a treasury. And we were looking for real estate. So that took, the better part of a year to get to a point where we could actually have some money in the treasury and pay rent. And we met a very generous gentleman who was very much inspired by our idea, had recently visited Bitcoin Park and said we should have something like that here. And I said, wait a second, I got 30 guys paying for nothing right now. Let's do it. And so we opened this place on October 1st. We have 77 members. You can see on the whiteboard next to me. It's a membership model. We have co-working. We do public events every single Thursday, educational events from In the Weeds with Bit Devs, all the way to novice level stuff. Eric Yakes is leading a Bitcoin 101 series. We educate local businesses, onboard them to Bitcoin. We do workshops. And this is our first two-day summit. So I'm thrilled to have you all here. I've got a little slide here with our board. So the space is unique. It is member run. And what that means is when we set up our governance structure before we had the building, we didn't want to elect ourselves, the guys that were showing up. We said, okay, on this founding night where we established our block height, anyone who donated was eligible to run, nominate, or be elected for board positions. We presented on a board structure, the governance structure for the organization, and this is the board that was elected, so we didn't elect ourselves. That'd be pretty fiat. And so here's the team. There's Zach. He's running AV right now. Here's the chairman of our board. I run the space as the CEO. We've got a team of Dylan, who's our CFO. Joey is our accountant guy, our administrative guy. Joel runs operations. Wyatt can't be here tonight. He does marketing and business development. And then Eric, Rocky, and Jason are our member rep. They advocate for the members. So this is the coolest Bitcoin hub in the sense that if you want to see change, you want to drive change, you can get involved and do that. We're up for a re-election in April, so who knows, maybe I'll be fired next year at the summit, but that's the space. Where's a little quick stat? So there's our founding block height. We have the member-run elected board. We have public educational events, as I said, and we have 77 out of 210 members defined in our bylaws for the limit. So if this is something you're passionate about or want to get involved with, a good amount of our members are local, but we do have some supporters from afar as well, and we'd love to get you guys involved and do more cool stuff like this. So welcome to the space. Thank you all for being here, and we're going to get into the Heatpunk Summit. Cody's going to give us a little overview. But first, if you'd like to join the space, these QRs, I'll leave them up there. You can support us. We are filing for nonprofit status as well as an education mission, 501c3, and then we are accepting new members. So check it out on these QRs, and I'll pass it off to Cody to talk about this summit that we're kicking off right now.
Yeah, cool. Let's give a round of applause for the space. So Tyler and I, does this sound all right? Yeah? Sound okay? Yeah. Tyler and I had this idea maybe 6 months ago to start UnderMine. And, we were just talking before we started that originally we mentioned to each other, hey, look, let's try this. If we get 20 people, the right people, that would be a success. So we're both super excited about how this has turned out. I mean, I can't imagine this going any better. The space has been amazing. I mean, as far as a venue for this kind of event, we couldn't have asked for a better place. So super excited for that. And really, this was birthed out of like me being a long-suffering pleb miner and heating houses and just banging my head into AC Infinity fans and breaking things constantly and whining to Brett Rowan on the internet about Home Assistant constantly. And it's one thing to try and deal with this stuff on the internet all the time, but it's so much better to be here with other people. And there's so many people working on the same problems that we don't even know. Like all of us, many people in here have probably themselves invented a problem that has already been solved by somebody else that's 2 states away. So to have everybody under one roof and to be able to collaborate and talk and work through all these problems that we have, I think is going to be huge for what we're all trying to do. And I do think this home heating has legs and can really go somewhere, and there's a lot of potential for it. So yeah, I think we'll just get started. I'm gonna turn it over to Rob, and yeah, go ahead.
There we go. Yeah, so the hashrate heatpunks are a group of people who are heating their homes with Bitcoin miners, businesses, and things like that. And so these are industrial Bitcoin mining devices. They turn electricity into heat. We'll get into that. But really the purpose of this summit is to kind of think outside the box and say to ourselves, if we're looking at Bitcoin mining through the lens of heating systems, we need all these people in the right room, right, to talk to one another. We have a group chat, a Telegram, all the builders and system builders together. This is the incarnation of the physical gathering of all of us together. So it's not so much a conference in the sense that you're going to be buying products left and right. It's we need to solve problems together. That's the purpose of this summit. And we have an awesome panel lined up throughout the day and more to come tomorrow. So yeah, Rob and I will give an overview for the novices in the room. Is there a show of hands of anyone who is a novice to Bitcoin, maybe some tradesmen, some contractors with that kind of experience? Go ahead and raise your hand. Anyone here? Yeah, there we go. There's a handful. Let's go. Awesome. I do just want to give a quick shout out to our founding sponsors too for the space as well, so I don't forget that. So Fetty, Compass, Casa, and Unchained, we couldn't have done this without them. They really helped bootstrap our treasury so that we could build this and actually pull this off with this venue. So shout out to them. And yeah, let's get into the first panel, shall we?